This is Face the Music, a pre-ELO song-by-song podcast. Episode -016. Open up, said the world at the door. What's that song all about?
Open Up, Said the World at the Door is the fifth track, first song on side 2 of The Move's third studio album, Looking On, released on December the 11th, 1970. It was written by Jeff Lynne. Jeff Lynne once said,
It has that real close jazzy harmony, lots of 13ths in the chords. That was just venturing into that kind of world. It wasn't really what I intended to do forever. That was just one of the styles that I did. I do many different styles on those albums, really.
In the October 14th, 1971 issue of Rolling Stone, John Mendelsohn wrote,
Looking On certainly does have its moments. Lynne's Open Up, Said the World at the Door, a delightfully corny 40s-ish jazzer that closes with sensational harmonies over a guitar-led bolero, are treats of the highest order.
In the January of 2008 remaster liner notes for Looking On, Mark Patress wrote,
And we haven't even gotten to Jeff Lynne's magnificent opus, Open Up, Said the World at the Door, which virtually outwooded Roy at his own game. The second Jeff Lynne original on the record foreshadowed ELO with its smooth, soar-away vocal harmonies. Instrumentally, it veered off in all directions, from fiddly electric sitar runs and blasts of what sound like a Middle Eastern version of a crumhorn, to a drum solo, and a wonderfully self-important extended climax, all strum and drang over a bolero beat.
Andy Gill wrote in the April 17, 2008 The Independent,
Lynne's Open Up, Said the World at the Door is the most preposterous. The Baroque excess of its kitchen sink production accommodating foreground stints by the aforementioned sitar and oboe, and just about everything else in their instrument cupboard.
Hi, I'm Eric Winsenson.
And I'm Eric Paul Johnson.
And we're going to open up the door and let the world come in.
I watched the news. I do not want the world coming in right now. The world's kind of a catastrophic dumpster fire at the moment, and the world can just wait outside until it gets its act together.
Yeah, I can. However, the song is welcome to stay and entertain me as long as it likes to, because what I started thinking as I was listening to this is what would have happened if instead of Jeff Lynne leaving the Idol race, he had stayed with the Idol race, became more the leader of the band, and started doing some more of his slightly goofy stuff, but not in the fashion of 1967, but of 1970. And here we go. Even though I don't think anybody in the Idol race could have pulled off that drum solo.
I don't think anybody could have pulled this off in the Idol race, which I will get to later.
But it does sound kind of like an updated Idol race song, but I think it needed somebody like Roy Wood to go, oh, what the hell? Yeah, okay. Hell, you want to throw in this and this and this and this? Yeah, I'm good for it. Can I play it?
No, you can't play it, but you're going to do it anyway.
He's not bad on any of this on there. It's definitely a musical journey.
You can say that, yeah.
Through a bunch of different things, and it does not cease to be entertaining. Once you think it's going, okay, oh, here we go, we're right in this groove. Oh, okay, so we're going to go this direction now. And as I said before, I really, really wish when Electric Light Orchestra got going that Jeff just let everybody else have a little bit more leeway to do things. because this is what happens when you let people do stuff as a group instead of just dragging them along. You get different ideas. You get a whole bunch of creativity. I would still say What is a slight bit better than this, probably because it's a little bit more contained and a little bit more memorable when you come to an actual melody. But for pure creativity, yeah, this you can't beat. I'm still glad, at least for the Jeff Lynne stuff, when he was added, that it started taking the Move in a different direction, because it seemed like every time the Move decided on a direction, they went, okay, we're sticking with this. It's usually a good idea when they start, and then after a while it's, okay, so what are we going to do next? Well, here's what they're going to do next. And it's very wild and very satisfying of a song. So the 2 Jeff Lynne contributions, I think so far, make this album.
It's an interesting song. That's not always a good thing. When I wrote the song facts, I saw people saying, oh, well, this is the other great Jeff Lynne song from this album. Someone said it has like a 1940s jazz feel to it. Eric is shaking his head vigorously no.
Not at all. I have no idea where they pulled that from.
I know 1940s jazz. I listen to 1940s jazz. This is no 1940s jazz. So I was really looking forward to this song. Just by that description, I thought, well, this is going to be sort of like Jeff Lynne's Idle Race music hall style, but with Move Roy Wood influence. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to mesh together and what's going to come out. And apparently it's going to be a great song, because that's what all the stuff I pulled from the song fact. There are 2 great Jeff Lynne songs on this album. What? And Out Comes the World In Through the Door. Whatever. So I was all geared up to hear it. I like how it started. I could see the, like, sort of music hall style of that bouncy, jaunty piano intro. And then the band kicks in. That's good. And then they start singing. And it's like, oh, shit. I hate this. This is tearing apart my eardrums. The harmonies of both of them, it's double high-pitched harmonies, I'm going to guess. In a way, it kind of reminds me of the Four Seasons. And I can't stand the Four Seasons because of Frankie Valli's voice. It's fine on Oh What a Night, December 63, whatever it was.
And I don't think he sang that one.
He didn't sing the lead, but he does get the bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a funny feeling when she walked in the room. Hey, my.
And it fits in there nicely. And he doesn't do it at that's so high that it shatters my glasses. And I've just hit the wall with these long songs. I'm tired of them. This is another example of, oh, God, end it already. And enough with the oboes already. They don't sound good, and especially when you can't play it very well. There's a reason why there aren't big, loud oboe solos, pretty much anywhere except for the Move, I think. I mean, even in classical music, you'll get an oboe solo, but it's not, like, screaming at you, like this one is.
Yeah. Genesis has a few, but they are not like this.
Yeah.
They're nice little calm interludes
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
in a 15 to 20 minute song.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's usually how oboes are used, in classical and in
Progressive rock.
In
yeah.
progressive rock and in light rock, you throw in that oboe when you really want it to sound like an insurance commercial from the mid-'70s. And sitar, again, the sitar.
I thought you might like this sitar part. It doesn't dominate the song. It's
No.
just one part at the beginning, and it's real quick, and it's nice and jaunty, and it's gone.
There is that. At least it's short sitar. But everything that's in this song, I'm sick of the length. God, the oboes and the sitar. And even the drum solo. I mean, at this point in the album with this song, we've gone from here's the crazy stuff we're doing with these long songs to just following the instructions and putting pegs in the holes they go in. All right, we got the sitar solo, that goes here. Hey, let's blast the oboes, put that here. And we get the guitar solo, put that here. Here's where we put the drum solo. We stick this right in here. Boom, there we go. We've manufactured a song from the mold that we made about 5 or 6, 7 songs ago. And it's just, here are the pieces, put them in the place. I hated this song.
We'll be back in a moment, right after this station break.
Coming in January to the Radio Trolla Entertainment Podcast channel, Waxy Buildup, a podcast covering the earliest wax cylinder records from the 1880s to the 1920s. First episode posts January 7th, 2025.
Back to the story.
There are some things that I do like, and there's even one thing that I really admire about the song. I do like the boogie-woogie piano that Jeff Lynne is playing here. At the database, he gets credit for playing the piano, and he does a pretty damn good job. I do like the menacing, deep harmonies at the end. And in a way, I've sort of got a Frank Zappa thing going on with this song. I admire Frank Zappa's musical skills and how he can write songs. Not a lot of Frank Zappa songs that I actually love. Some of them go off on weird tangents that I can't really follow. Although he used to play with Mercury when he was a child, so that explains a lot. But I am impressed with what he does. And I'm impressed with the musical abilities of the band here to be able to do this and make it come out like music. Even if I don't like the music, it comes out as music and not as just let's find this and bang on it and strum it and just a cacophony of noise. Well, like that live album that they did. I don't like the song, but I am impressed with their musical abilities.
You mentioned Frank Zappa. Frank Zappa is a good example because Frank Zappa is also a guitar player.
Yeah.
Or was an extremely talented guitar player.
Oh, yeah.
Also extremely good at writing music
Mm-hmm.
And composing, jazz and classical as well as rock music.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing Frank Zappa does when he encounters instruments he can't play. You notice something he always did?
He lets somebody who knows how to play that instrument play that instrument.
Exactly. He
Yes.
hired people
Yes.
to play what he couldn't play.
Mm-hmm.
I think that often is a problem with the move. I love experimentation. I love sometimes just playing instruments you can't play.
Yeah.
Where I feel in a lot of cases with the move, Roy Wood is, I'm a great guitarist. I'm a good lyricist. I'm a good singer. I'm very creative. And I should be able to do all this other stuff.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And I am serious about being a multi-instrumental musician. I think he got that point later on in his career, though.
Yeah.
That he went, you know what, I should just hire people. That's one thing you can say, at least about this song, even if you don't like it. It's going to get your attention.
Yes. Oh, yes. You know, if you want to do experimentation, that's fine. I think my beef with this is it's been almost song after song in a row of these 7 to 8 minute experimentation songs. The Beatles did it right. Okay, here's Revolution 9. We're just going to do a little experimentation. But we're also going to give you Martha, My Dear and Dear Prudence and other stuff that's catchy, that's enjoyable to listen to, and not just, I found an oboe, let's see what we can do with this. Hit record, we'll use it.
Well, the Beatles, again, if they found an oboe, I know what they would have done.
George.
Hey, George!
George.
Not George Harrison, but George Martin.
George Martin.
Hey, George! Who do you know
Who can play this?
who
'Cause we
plays
certainly
the
can't.
oboe?
Yeah.
I do like the song, but I do agree with a lot of points you're making. However, you can tell with Jeff Lynne doing it, though, it's a long song, fits some patterns, but it's not the same pattern.
Yeah.
It's not, okay, we've ran out of words, now let's do the guitar solo.
Let's do the 10-minute wah-wah guitar solo. Yeah, at least there's no wah-wah guitar on this.
It still feels like we've got an entire song together that's been planned out and not just, okay, what do we do here?
I don't know.
Where Jeff is already telling everybody, no, this is what you're doing here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And then Roy pulls a sousaphone out of the closet. I got an idea for this song.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of the long songs. Enough already. And it's not going to get better, because next week's song is even longer.
Next week's the 10-minute one, isn't it?
It's a little over 8 minutes long. But
Yeah.
from what I know of the Move in my head, and I don't have the entire discography up there, there's stuff for Message from the Country and singles that I'm going to be bitching a whole lot less about. at least especially for length, because they're digestible, and I don't feel like I've just been force-fed an entire turkey with stuffing down my throat, and I'm full. But Roy Wood is saying, no, wait, there's more for me to stuff down you.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But next up, 8 more minutes of entertaining Eric Paul Johnson.
Got something to say about open up, said the world at the door. Well, call the telephone line voicemail.
623-850-3375. Call now.
Face the Music, a pre-ELO song-by-song podcast, is a production of Radio Trolla Entertainment Assorted Deli Meats Amalgamated. You can contact us by voicemail at 623-850-3375 or email us at eloftmpodcast@gmail.com and we'll read and reply to it on the show. Keep up to date by joining our Facebook group and spread the word by sharing the link or giving us a quick rating on iTunes. Subscribe to our YouTube page, the Electric Light Orchestra Podcast channel, to hear other goodies. You can financially support the podcast at patreon.com/ELOpod or PayPal using the podcast's email address, or send a check or money order to P.O. Box 1932, Superior, Arizona 85173. Next episode, -015. Feel Too Good.